there's a lot of mental effort that goes on where this subject is concerned. A lot of conceptualizing and so on. So, yeah. The thing is that we, as humans, we have this gift of thinking and language, right? Which is unique to our species. We thoughts and the way we use language and so on, that's completely unique to the human species. So we've kind of made a big deal out of it. We've kind of taken ourselves to be atop the evolutionary ladder. That's just a model, yeah. That's just a model someone's created, and it's been pretty much adopted universally as the truth. So, what is it that distinguishes us and puts us at the top of this evolutionary ladder? It's thinking and language, the ability to think and create language. So that is a big assumption, one that's not based on the way nature works, the way the cosmos functions. When I say cosmos, I mean the totality of everything. Yeah, so this assumption puts a lot of weight on thinking and language. So we tend to work through this topic and, of course, other topics with a lot of thinking and language. But thinking and language is not the only thing. In fact, it's not the primary thing either. Our senses and our feelings, our intuition is way more functional, is way more of a predominant function in our being, in our organisms as well, in our biological organism. It's much more determining than thinking. So when thinking is divorced from that, it's supposed to be an aid, yeah, to, like, for example, to put feelings into language, or intuition into language, to express it creatively. So a thought also, if you want to build something, if you want to build a piece of furniture, you have to kind of think how you're going to do it. So you're translating some image maybe that you have, or some intuition that you have. You want it to look like this. You get a feeling that you want to make it like out of this material or whatever. And then to translate, you need thoughts. So, but it's a secondary thing. It's an aid. It's a vehicle, you could say. It's not the primary thing. So to explain this kind of thing, which is this subject of non-duality, which is completely ephemeral, words and thinking just aren't enough. So they sort of, if thinking and language work in conjunction, or in as a function of the intuition, if it's linked to that, then fine, then it'll take its place, and it'll have an expressive function. But if it's not, if it's divorced from it, if it's seen as the predominant thing, the only thing, the main thing, then it just creates delusions. Then it'll just go off on like random meanderings and just express things that have no basis in reality whatsoever. So here I'm taking, I don't know how this was meant in this conversation, obviously, but I'm just taking it as that if we could experience the life we create, is very abstract. To me, it sounds very abstract, as just as a phrase itself. So it doesn't have any relation to reality, because we don't create life. There is no experiencing. There is no separation. There is no different, like we and experiencing. Like we're experiencing one thing. What are we experiencing? Life. But we're also, there is no division. There is no me and life. There is just life in the shape of me, you could say, of all the different expressions.